Our series begins with our heroine, Amy, a simple and beautiful girl who is a third-year university student studying biology. She is not just any girl. She is a diligent student at university, but somehow still seems a bit naive, and honestly more than a bit. One day, Amy is sitting in a lecture board while Dr. Lim is explaining about types of medicine, preventive medicines, diagnostic and treatment medicines. When the turn comes to drugs and addiction, and the gangs that use and sell them, the moment Amy hears this, we start noticing her wild imagination and backward thinking. She says to herself, why is the doctor talking about this subject here? She must want to sell drugs and wants her students to become dealers and work in drugs and sell them. But Dr. Lim interrupts Amy's stupid backward thinking when she notices she is not paying attention and asks her, what was I just saying, Amy? Amy tells her, no, nothing, doctor. I completely disagree with what you said. The doctor asks her, well, what is your opinion then? How do you think we should deal with drugs? Amy tells her, deal with them? No, I will not allow you to lead students down this wrong path. It is completely unacceptable, especially given your position in society. You are a teacher. You are supposed to be our professor. How can you want to ruin our lives? The doctor asks her, who are you talking to? And what are you saying? And what do you want? She tells her, get out. Amy tells her, by the way, if your salary here as a doctor is not enough, I can help you. Just anything but the wrong path. The doctor gets even more angry and throws her out of the lecture, and the students start mocking Amy and her strange imagination. Amy leaves and goes to sit with her cousin Maria, who is also at the university with her. We learn that Maria lives with Amy and Amy's mother because Maria's parents unfortunately passed away, and they were the family she lived with her whole life. Maria asks her, what brought you here early? Don't you have a lecture now? Amy tells her Dr. Lim finished early today, but she refuses to tell her about the situation that happened. Maria tells her, you're making things up again. But their friend comes and interrupts their conversation. However, Maria is still determined to find out what happened and refuses to change the subject. She tells Amy, did you skip your lectures or what? Amy says, of course not, I would never do that. Maria tells her, I know the doctor well. She would never finish a lecture early before it's time. So what brought you here early? Tell me the reason, or I swear I will go tell your aunt. Amy then says, fine, I will tell you, and she tells her what happened and that the doctor was planning to do a project or something, but she stood up to her and ruined whatever project she was planning to corrupt the students. The two of them laugh at her stupidity. Afterward, while they are walking, a message comes to Amy summoning her to the office with Dr. Lim. She tells them, no way. She is going to make me deal in drugs. Maria tells her, no, you idiot. She is definitely going to send you back to study in kindergarten with your stupidity. Go quickly before it is too late and you end up back in kindergarten. Amy goes to the doctor's office and waits there, singing Baby Shark, doo-doo-doo-doo. When Dr. Lim arrives, Amy tells her, please, I beg you, do not send me back to kindergarten. If you want me to work with you in the trade, I am at your service. The doctor tells her, stop this insane act you put me in. Let me get to the point. What you did in the lecture I did not appreciate. But you're excused because you consistently come first in all subjects and the professors have come to like you. Because of that, we have decided. She says, what? Are you going to send me to primary school instead of kindergarten? Thank you, genuinely. I knew I would not go back to kindergarten. The doctor tells her, what I'm trying to say is, I have lost the will to teach and the will to keep going and lost the will to deal with you. Let me finish speaking first. We have decided to make you a representative or ambassador for the university to convince a company called Roselle to invest in our university. But be aware that the owner of this company is very difficult to convince. We have been trying with him for years and he always refuses. This is your chance to try. The company's owner is named Marco Roselle, and he is also the company's executive director, and he is a young billionaire with great charisma. We see him getting out of his luxury car in his stylish suit and entering the company, and everyone who sees him is amazed by his handsomeness. All the girls left and right are throwing themselves at him, wanting to be with him, especially since he is currently single and looking for a bride. He takes the elevator, and the secretary starts telling him his work schedule for Monday. The first thing that day, he is supposed to meet the university representative, which is Amy, but he tells her, no, cancel that appointment. I have no time for it. He then goes and sits in his office. An employee comes bringing him a report, but is late for his appointment, so Marco immediately fires him without any discussion. The report is about many girls with information about their education and lives because Marco is looking for a suitable person to share his life with. But he is not impressed by any of the girls. He throws the report in the trash and thinks about the girl he used to love named Fiona, but we do not know if they broke up or what happened between them. Back to Dr. Lim, who tells Amy to prepare for a meeting on the day of the appointment with Director Marco. The most important thing is that this matter is a secret, and if she successfully convinces the company to invest with the university, she will easily get an important scholarship. Amy can barely believe herself and is sitting working on her laptop. But with her stupidity, she still thinks that Dr. Lim was talking about drugs and told her the matter was secret. Her friend Young comes and sits beside her, a university classmate who seems to like Amy, but of course Amy with her stupidity will never notice. When he asks her why she is researching these things, she gets tense and tells him this matter is a secret. I cannot tell you anything. I'm hungry. I have to go home right now. Do you want anything? Bye. We then see Amy's mother and Maria as Amy goes to help them, since her mother has opened a small cart selling food beside the house. Her mother wonders why Amy did not come with her. In that moment, Amy walks out acting silly from her exaggerated reaction in the same childish, naive way. Before Maria can say anything to her, she says, "What is this? What happened to this girl? She walked away and left us. What did I do to her?" Suddenly, Amy arrives and trips in front of them. Her mother says, "What is this? Call an ambulance. Are you okay? Did you lose your memory? Are you hurt? I am your mother. Do you recognize me? I am your mother. I swear I missed you, daughter." Amy tells her, "No. I'm fine, Mama. There is nothing wrong with me. Why are you all making such a big deal? We are really the ones making a big deal, dear viewer." She tells them she was late because she was preparing for a very important and very secret meeting on Monday. "I will not tell you about it. That is why I was late." Then the day of the meeting comes, and Amy is holding a map to find the company's location. She imagines that Marco, the company's director, must be an older man who is bald. Anyway, she enters the company, and the guard stops her asking where she is going. "You need an entry permit to enter the company." She does not have one and cannot enter. She goes back upset and crying like a child and decides to return home, but she is hungry, so she crosses the road to find a restaurant to eat in and is not paying attention to the car coming quickly. It happens to be Marco's own car, but he slams the brakes at the last moment, and she sits on the ground and closes her eyes, making sounds, waiting for the car to hit her. Queen of drama. Marco gets out and asks her, "What are you doing?" She tells him, "Am I in heaven? Are you an angel? Did you come to save me or kill me? I am fine." "Okay, well, if you can see me clearly, did I just get superpowers and become a ghost that you can see and you have special powers too?" He tells her, "What are you saying? Or what am I saying? Or where are we? Or did I die? Or you died? Or neither of us died? Or what?" She opens her eyes and sees a tall, handsome young man and is happy she is still alive. At the same moment, a poor child on the street asks for money because he is hungry. Amy gives him the little money she has despite needing it herself. Because of this, she has no money left to go anywhere. Marco, when he sees her behavior with the child, tells her, "Fine, come on, I will give you a ride." She jumps on his back. He tells her, "Are you crazy? I mean, I will give you a ride in the car. Get in the car." She tells him, "Okay, fine," and goes and sits in the driver's seat. He tells her, "One day of my life ruined since I met you. Come on, get in the other side." He drives and she asks him why he is giving her a ride and where he is taking her. "Are you going to kidnap me? Are you going to kill me? I know it. I knew I was going to die today. I had a feeling." He tells her, "No. I felt there was something wrong with your head, so I was going to take you to the hospital." She starts feeling her head and says, "No, definitely not. I'm going to die. Is this blood?" "No, that is not blood." "What is it then?" He stops responding to her completely in the end. She starts asking his name and many questions, but he still ignores her completely. She tells him, "Do you know why I'm here?" "Because my teacher is trying to get me to sell drugs." He finally responds because he is surprised. "What drugs? God forbid." She tells him, "See, it is drugs that made you talk. Anyway, I will tell you the secret since you saved my life. Yes, it is drugs, but first I'm supposed to give a presentation at the Roselle Company on behalf of my university. Do you know the director of that company? His name is Marco. What a pig that man is. A bald, short man, I am imagining him like that, stomping in the sand." Suddenly, he tells her, "Get out, get out, get out, get out." She tells him, "You must be joking." He tells her, "I said, get out." She tells him, "Why are you joking?" He tells her, "Girl, I told you to get out 100 times. She tells him, "You're giving me a ride and then throwing me out of the car. How will I get home? You saw me give all my money to the hungry child." He takes out money and gives it to her and tells her, "What else do you need? Take the car and go, and I will walk." She tells him, "No, but I need a map because I'm lost." Marco understands the easiest thing is to not give himself a headache and actually continues on his way and takes her with him. When they arrive at the company, she tells him, "What is this? You work here at the Roselle Company? You must be the driver for the man I keep telling you about, the villain, right?" He enters the company and tells her, "Come." But the guard does not let her in again. She tells him, "I'm with the driver here." He asks which driver and refuses to let her in. She goes back crying like a child again. Marco comes back and asks her, "Did I not tell you to come with me?" She tells him the guard did not let me in. He tells the guard, "What? You no longer have a livelihood with me. You are fired." The guard is upset about his job that is lost because of Amy. She tells him, "He did not say you are fired. He just said he does not want to see you. So when he passes by, hide under that table and then come back and continue working normally." Marco gets angry at her saying, "Did I not tell you 100 times to come with me? What am I supposed to do?" "Fine, that is enough. I am done." So she follows him and wonders why everyone respects him. She tells him, "So you command all this respect. So you turned out to be the president's driver. As the saying goes, the president's dog is the president. He asks what? She says nothing. I mean, they respect you because you are a driver for such an important person. He cannot stand the stupidity anymore and walks on. She follows him and is amazed by his fancy office and sees it says Engineer Marco's office. She sees him open the safe in the office and says, "What is this? You are a thief and stealing? Why are you stealing? What do you need? Tell me and I will get it for you. Do not stretch your hand out. Let me go outside and steal what you want. I do not want to go to jail with you." He tells her, "Just be quiet." He then pulls out a fancy diamond ring. She tells him, "What should I do with this? Do you want me to sell it and split it between us? We will be thieves together." He tells her, "What stupidity is this? This is your engagement ring." She is surprised. "Is today my birthday?" "No, today is not your birthday. You said this diamond is real. Wait, let me test it. It really will not break with my teeth. It is real. Let us go to the university." They notice Amy is missing, so Young tells Maria to call her and check where she is. They ask him when he will finally confess his love for her. Young refuses to be quiet about this and tells them just check on her genuinely. They call her and Marco is heard in the background. Maria asks her, "Who is the man beside you?" Amy tells her his name was what was it? Kim the driver. But Marco grabs the phone and hangs up on them. He tells her, "Where the ring I gave you. And who is this Kim you mentioned?" Amy puts on the ring and likes it, but suddenly there is a knock at the door and Amy quickly hides under the desk. A fist there and she and he are stealing. An employee named Kate comes in to bring Marco the food he ordered. He is surprised Amy is not beside him and starts looking for her. He finds her under the desk all huddled up. She tells him, "I saw a cockroach and tried to kill it, but it escaped and I could not catch it." We notice the looks of the secretary Kate toward Amy are full of jealousy, especially when she sees the diamond ring on her hand. She tells Amy, "Why are you wearing this ring?" But she catches herself and Marco tells her, "Get out, Kate." Amy asks him, "Who is that? Could that be your boss?" He tells her, "Be quiet and take this food." Afterwards, she starts asking him about his strong relationship with Mr. Marco. "Honestly, I have to convince him to invest in my university. Then I can get the scholarship I have dreamed of my whole life for free." He tells her, "Do not worry, I will arrange the meeting appointment for you and I will help you convince him." Amy is delighted and thanks him. We notice Marco observing Amy and being drawn to her, even though she is naive and childish. He takes her in the car to drive her home. She tells him, "You promised you would help me convince Director Marco." He tells her yes, but what if he does not agree? She tells him, "Do not think negatively, always stay optimistic. He will agree so I can get the scholarship and after that get a job easily. Otherwise I and my mother will suffer. You seem kind and you will help me. You even gave me this amazing ring as a gift. Not a cheap person at all. Do you know why?" She tells him, "Everyone says that about me, but I'm not cheap, you know. Come on, take me home because I'm scared." He drives her home and meets Maria and Amy's mother, who are surprised to see Amy coming with this rich man in this fancy car. Marco introduces himself to them, and Maria treats him somewhat coldly because she is jealous of Amy. Amy's mother invites him to come in and have something to drink. He tells her, "No, I cannot right now. I have to go, but I will definitely come again." He gets back in his car and calls Kate to arrange the meeting appointment with the university representative, and tells her, make sure her name is Amy or he will not attend the meeting. Amy enters the house to have dinner and is happy after everything that happened, and luck played in her favor. She then gets a call from Dr. Lim confirming the meeting appointment and that it was not canceled, and Director Marco himself requested Amy by name. Amy is surprised, saying the driver turned out to be a very strong connection and managed to get her to the director quickly. Dr. Lim tells her to focus because the future of the university is in her hands. The next morning at university, Maria is walking with her friends. Young asks where Amy has been for 2 days disappearing. Maria tells him her mother said she left early. "I thought she was coming here, but I do not know where she went." They start embarrassing Young and saying, "With all this, you still cannot confess your love to Amy. Amy is going to fly away from you." Then Amy sends them a message that she is going to an important meeting with Dr. Lim. We go to Amy, who borrowed a dress from her friend and wore a suit jacket over it and is looking incredibly stylish because today is the day of the meeting. She arrives at the company and Dr. Lim is there waiting. She tells her, "Show me the presentation you prepared." But Amy tells herself, "What a disaster. I forgot. What drugs? Do you even need a presentation for that?" She excuses herself from Dr. Lim, saying she will step out and be right back. She gets in the elevator and Marco is beside her, but she does not notice until he gets out and walks in front of her, and she keeps calling after him, "Wait, Kim, driver," and runs after him, not paying attention to the glass door, and walks right into it. Marco comes back to her and asks, "Are you okay? Is your meeting not at 2?" She says, "What is this? The door is talking? Oh, you're here. I was also surprised. I thought doors started talking. Anyway, I wanted to thank you for helping me and convincing President Marco to meet me, and it is good he did not cancel the meeting." He tells her, "All right, get ready in the 2 hours you have left." She tells him, "Wait, where are you going?" "On the subject of getting ready, I need to borrow your laptop for a bit. I urgently need internet access. He takes her to his office and she starts quickly preparing something for the meeting and tells him your company is very clean. Even the drivers have their own laptops. Marco notices while she is working that the ring is not on her hand and asks where the ring is. She tells him I did not wear it because if Maria sees it, she will get upset. And if my mother sees it, she will ask me to sell it because we need money. So I decided to hide it. He tells her, no, I want you to always wear it. She tells him, fine, I will wear it later. Not right now. Afterward, Dr. Lim sends her a message saying there is a sudden important meeting for the professors at university, and she unfortunately cannot attend the meeting. We are then surprised to find Amy brought her mother to decorate the conference room, but in a strange way with balloons and candles and decorations, and also brought a cake because apparently today looks like someone's birthday that nobody knows about. This is not a meeting at all, Auntie. The meeting begins and Marco is hiding his face as if he is reading because he does not want Kate to recognize him. The other people entering for the meeting are surprised by the conference room being decorated this way. Anyway, Amy comes in late, of course, and enters to start presenting the presentation she prepared, and starts talking about drugs and the most famous types and what the harmful effects of each type are. Everyone sitting there wonders why she is talking about drugs. They stop her, but Marco tells her continue. She feels his voice is familiar, but still does not recognize him. She continues, but everyone gets bored and feels she is talking about something completely unrelated to education and that she is wasting their time for nothing. Then she is stunned when Marco decides to accept the investment contract and he leaves before Amy sees him. And until now, she still does not know that he is the same driver she has been mocking and thinks he is a driver at the company. Anyway, she is happy that she managed to convince him and her mother starts distributing the cake to everyone sitting there in her joy that her daughter succeeded. The next day at university, all Amy is thinking about is that director Marco is very strange and mysterious. Yes, he accepted the presentation, but did not show up himself and she never even got to see his face. Young asks her, what is wrong, Amy? You seem lost in thought. But suddenly, a cute and charming girl enters whose name is Yomi, and she was on a trip to New York and just returned. Everyone gathers around her because they missed her, especially her boyfriend. We see she is a close friend of Amy's and brought her a doll gift to always remember her. The whole group sits together and agrees they should go out tomorrow, since it is Valentine's Day. But Amy tells them, sorry everyone. Sorry, I might have something else to do tomorrow. Yomi focuses carefully and sees the ring on Amy's hand and tells Amy, what is this ring? Did you get engaged? Everyone is surprised and asks her when and who is it. Young is shocked and upset. She tells them honestly, I cannot tell you that it is the driver Kim who gave the ring because it is a secret. They tell her, who is Kim? Well, the one who gave you the ring since we do not want to know the secret. She does not know how to answer them. At that same moment, she gets a call from director Marco, but she does not have his number saved and does not know who it is. She answers and says, hello, hello, why are you answering? Who is with me? He tells her Amy. She tells him, wow, your name is also Amy. Do you write it with a ya, a, or an aleph? Wait, you're actually a man and your name is Amy? He says, my lord, I forgot this level of stupidity exists in my life. Why did I call? Why? He tells her, be ready at 5 o'clock and I will pick you up from the university gate. She tells him, get ready for what? And picking up who? And I do not know anything except that your name is Amy. He hangs up on her. At the same time, a friend of Marco's from long ago named Cairo enters his office. A childhood classmate who is now also a wealthy young man and businessman like him. He is currently Marco's deputy and his right hand. Marco tells him, what brings you here right now? What do you want? Cairo tells him nothing. I just wanted to check on my friend. Marco tells him, what friend? A friend connecting us? No, we're not friends, by the way. We're just business partners. Cairo tells him, okay, business partner, just tell me, are you still single or what? You know that as long as you're not married, your position in the company is weak, as it was written in your father's will, and you need to get married before inheriting the company. Marco tells him, I know the will well. Thank you for reminding me, but I have actually found a wife already. Cairo asks, really? When? Who do I know her? Marco tells him, no, I just met her recently, a few days ago. Marco then starts describing her character as a stupid, childish, and naggy girl. Cairo is surprised that he is not mentioning any good qualities at all. These are exactly the qualities you hate in girls and people in general. So why did you choose her of all people? What is special about this particular girl? Did you choose her to fulfill your uncle's will? Marco tells him it is simple because it is impossible for me to fall in love with someone like her, and I am simply engaged to her for a specific interest, and I do not love her at all. We go to the university and Maria is walking with her boyfriend Louis. Amy sees them coming toward her and quickly hides to the side because she does not want anyone asking her questions about the ring on her hand. Then 5 o'clock comes and she goes out and is surprised that Marco is waiting for her. The looks of love begin between them and two people beside them notice and throw flowers from above them. But Marco tells them enough. Come on, Amy. Why are you just standing there? She starts dancing because he is upset she is just standing there. He tells her stop dancing. She tells him, I did not know it was you coming for me. I was waiting for someone named Amy anyway. I'm very hungry and I want to go home. Just get in and I will take you. He takes her to a fancy restaurant and orders a lot of food. He likes quiet, but she keeps talking to him while he eats and tells him all the people here are wealthy. How does your boss allow you here? Is Mr. Marco really that generous, or are you sneaking in behind his back? I bet you're sneaking into this restaurant and the money is going to him and he will fire you. Or he pays you very generously and that is why you come here so comfortably. It is your salary at least, but stop talking while you eat. Of course, because she has no table manners, she is treating her food like a balloon with the food filling her mouth, and the people there are looking at her with disgust and surprise. Afterward, Marco coughs lightly while eating and drinks afterward normally. But Amy panics over him and thinks he is choking, so she jumps up and grabs his mouth, telling him, did you swallow your tongue, or what? The entire restaurant is looking at them, and he was perfectly fine. He feels embarrassed, so he tells her, come on, and leaves the restaurant. He takes her to the company, and there, Cairo is waiting with a marriage officiant to marry Amy to our hero. He tells Amy to wait, and he and the officiant get the papers ready. Amy sits with Cairo, who keeps laughing as he discovers how stupid she is, and that until now she still does not know who director Marco is. She tells him, can you believe this? The big man with that driver Kim over there? Meaning she is pointing to the marriage officiant. Afterward, Marco comes back and tells her sign the marriage papers. She signs without reading anything, and Cairo tells her congratulations on your marriage. She tells him who got married because honestly, I love weddings. He tells her, yes, he tells her you and Marco. She says I got married to the old man over there. She is upset, but Marco finally makes her understand that he himself is the director and tells her now we are officially married. Amy is shocked and says when? I held the wedding and I forgot. I must have had a memory lapse. You were my husband and I lost my memory and you were trying to remind me of yourself. There is no such thing here. We got married, yes. And as for the wedding, madam, there is no doing that. But we are officially married and I can make you a wedding later. Cairo is hearing the argument between them and dying with laughter, but holding himself together. Amy tells Marco you're crazy. You were a driver and now you're coming to say you're Marco. Tell me, are you mentally ill or what? If the director finds out you are impersonating him, he will put you in jail. Marco calms her down, and Amy starts dreaming about what her life will be like after marriage. Everything will be rosy. She is preparing breakfast for Marco, and he is thanking her and telling her she is the most beautiful wife in the world, and they are living a happy romantic life. But she finds Marco pulling her out of the dream in the car, telling her, come on, we have arrived. She says, what? Arrived where? She looks and sees a large and luxurious villa. Marco's villa? She enters and is stunned by the beautiful view. He tells her, welcome to your new home. She says, whose home? He tells her, yes, your home. We are already married. She says genuinely, is this our home 100 times over? She is overjoyed that she has achieved her dream because since she was a child, she always wanted to live in a big house like this. She tells him, can I make everything pink? The walls and chairs and everything? Everything without exception. He tells her, your ideas are always so strange. Why pink of all things? She tells him, where are the people who live here? He tells her, no, there is no one. She asks, how can there be nobody with all of this? He tells her, come on, stop being naggy because I want to sleep and you should sleep too. He goes to his room to sleep and she puts her bag on the floor and puts her head on it and falls asleep right there. Yes, despite all this wealth, I know my place. I am still poor. Enjoy yourselves with all this wealth while I sleep here on the cold floor. He, as usual, wonders why she did not follow him and comes back and finds her sleeping on the floor. He tells her, what are you doing? She tells him, stop bothering us, let us sleep. He tells her, why are you sleeping on the floor? She tells him, didn't you tell me come, let's sleep? He tells her, of course, I didn't tell you sleep on the floor. Come on, get up and go to your room to sleep. She tells him, but you didn't tell me I have a room here in the villa. He smiles for the first time in front of her from her stupidity. She is happy she made him smile and runs after him and sees her big room and finds Marco taking off his jacket and getting close to her in a strange way. She screams, but it all turns out to be her imagination. He asks her, why are you screaming? I'm just taking it off because it is hot and also move over. You're sitting on the air conditioner remote. He turns on the air conditioner and then finally leaves to his room to sleep. Amy goes into a deep sleep, and when she wakes up, she screams that she is not in her home and forgot she slept here in the villa in the first place. Even if you were completely sober, this would still be a shocking sight. She then finds a note Marco left her saying he forgot to give her the wedding ring and will be coming back from work early, and she should not go anywhere and leave the villa. Beside the note, she finds another beautiful ring and puts it on top of the ring she is already wearing so Maria and her friends hopefully will not notice anything. At university, Amy is late to meet her group. Maria tells them she has been missing since yesterday. She has been calling her since last night and she does not answer. But strangely, her mother, unlike every other time, is not worried about her as if she knows where she is this time. Even Young is worried about her and upset because he wanted to go out with her and also bought her a gift of a small cute puppy because she loves animals and wants it to grow up with her. But suddenly, Amy comes running and finds everyone was worried about her, especially, of course, Maria. Before she can tell them anything, the lectures start, and everyone goes to their place except her and Young, who have no lectures. She is overjoyed with the puppy gift and keeps holding it and playing with it. She is hungry, so they go to eat in the cafeteria. At the same time, Marco asks Cairo to find him a cute, sweet cat. We return to Amy, who is happy and choosing a name for the puppy. Young then tells her, honestly, Amy, I want to confess something to you. Since I met you, I have had a different feeling inside me toward you, unlike anyone else. At first, I thought I was wrong, and it was just admiration, but as I got to know you more and we got closer, I realized that he holds her hand and is about to tell her, I love you, but he is shocked by what he sees on her hand, a wedding ring. She tells him yes, and Young takes the blow like an arrow to his heart. When she notices he is upset, she tells him what is wrong, but then take a ring from them so they do not say I'm greedy. Young laughs at his bad luck. We then see Cairo coming into Marco and telling him, look and see the beauty. I brought you the most beautiful and sweetest cat in the world. Marco tells him, fine, get out. Cairo tells him, that is it. No reward, no thank you. Forget it, you clearly have started to fall for the girl named Amy. This cat is hers, right? He even brought her flowers. Something is going on with you, man. They say, what about her? It is Valentine's Day, so I have to bring a gift for my wife. Get out. Marco returns home early to give Amy her gift and wonders about himself that this is the first time he has come home early. Why am I acting like this? Have I genuinely fallen for her, or what? Anyway, he enters the villa and calls for Amy, but cannot find her. He tries to call her, but she does not answer. Amy had gone to see her mother, and her mother grabs her by the ear. Amy tells her, wait, let me explain everything that happened yesterday. Her mother tells her no explanation needed. What brought you here now, and why did you leave your husband's house? Long ago, your husband was worried about you. She tells her, how do you know I got married? But she does not answer her. It seems Marco was the one who told her. Her mother stops a taxi for her and puts her in it, saying she was waiting to finally get rid of her. Marco keeps waiting and is very annoyed not knowing where she is, and has been waiting for 3 hours. Amy arrives at the villa with the puppy Young gave her and sees Marco's car and panics, knowing he came home early and did not find her, and must be sitting inside furious and about to make her life miserable. She enters and he is sitting waiting for her and asks her, do you know what time it is now? She tells him, no, my phone died and I did not see it. You can check your phone, or if you want, we can go buy a watch, no problem. So you do not have to ask me the time every now and then. Oh, what a beautiful cat, is that beside you? He tells her, by the way, I should be asking you, what is the dog in your hands? She tells him anyway. She gets close and plays with the cat and asks the cat, what is your name? She is waiting for the cat to answer, dear viewer. Marco tells her, you are stupid. Obviously, she is not going to answer me. She gets upset that he keeps calling her stupid. Anyway, he asks her where she was. She tells him, I was with Young, my university classmate. He is the one who gave me this dog. You know what? When he saw the wedding ring on my hand, he got upset and started crying. I do not know why. The poor boy, I feel sorry for him. Maybe he felt jealous seeing 2 rings on my hand. Why do we not go buy him a ring like ours? He tells her, stop talking and be quiet. She tells him, fine. So this cat, what is her name? He tells her, you choose a name for her. She tells him, Amel. He tells her, what is Amel? What kind of random strange name is that? Give her a nice name. I do not know any nice name. You know what I will tell you? I'm going to go sleep. You keep it Amel. No problem. She tells him, by the way, Amel is a mix between my name and your name. Amy and Marco Roselle. Aim and also Amel. Do you get it? Do you understand, or should I explain wrong? He smiles when he realizes she chose a smart name that expresses their love as a couple. But anyway, if you do not like it, I will think of another one. Oh no, it is actually a nice name. I like Amel. Then suddenly Cairo enters and tells him, hey look, I found out something, but he does not want to finish his words in front of Amy. Marco tells him, wait, I will get the keys and come to you. He leaves Cairo with Amy for a moment. Cairo asks her, what is the news on the honeymoon? She tells him, honeymoon? No, there is no honeymoon. I sleep on my bed and he sleeps on his bed. Cairo tells her, no, you have to have a honeymoon and sleep in the same bed. Just tell him about this subject and he will understand. Marco comes and tells Cairo, come on. Amy wonders where they are going. Afterwards, she sees the flowers Marco brought and loves them, but then she thinks, is this flower for me? Or could Marco love someone else and he was bringing it for her, and that is why he left late just now? She tells herself, I really need to convince him about a honeymoon so he does not fall in love with anyone else. He is my husband now. We are then surprised to find that Marco is actually the head of a gang, a mafia boss and very professionally skilled in martial arts. He trains his men in fighting and using weapons, and our heroine's stupidity turned out to be real. Anyway, Marco arrives at the secret headquarters and goes up to the roof, and we see a person tied up. We discover that this person was actually in Marco's villa when he was talking with Amy, but Cairo caught him at the right moment without any sound, so Amy would not know anything. The person refuses to confess anything. Marco gets tired of him and gives him one shot to the head and finishes him off. He then asks Cairo to increase security at the office and the villa because he does not want Amy getting involved in any of these conversations. He does not want what happened in the past to happen again. Afterward, Marco remembers what happened to his mother when he was young. After they had been playing and he was happy, he returned to the room and unfortunately found her dead. He was devastated and kept screaming, asking for help. Marco tears up when he remembers it and is visibly affected. We understand this is the main driving force behind Marco's actions now and why he entered the Mafia world, because he wanted revenge. We then go to Maria, who discovers everything from Amy's mother and is shocked that Amy is in her new home and is also married. We learn that Marco went to Amy's mother before marrying Amy, and when he told her he wanted to marry her, she was overjoyed and told him, "I had a feeling there was something between you two." She understood that things would be quick and brief. Anyway, Amy is sitting on her laptop searching for a suitable place to spend their honeymoon, and when she sees Marco has returned, she tells him, "What is this? You came back so soon? Tell me honestly, is this flower for me or someone else? Obviously it is for you. Who else would it be for?" She then gets up to prepare coffee for him since he is still awake and working late. While he is drinking, she tells him, "I want to talk to you about something. When are we going on a honeymoon and where shall we travel?" When he hears this, he chokes and spills the coffee on his clothes. She does not know if he did that from her words or from the taste of the coffee. The next morning, Amy prepares breakfast for him so he can eat before going to work, and he asks her to make coffee for him. He watches her making the coffee with so much love, and she presents it to him, and Amy notices his eyes are looking at her with hearts. He is beginning to fall for her. Afterward, at university, Maria tells the rest of the group that Amy married the famous director Marco, the director of the Roselle Company. Yes, the young billionaire. I honestly do not know how this happened or when she even met him or what the whole story is. Young tells them, "Let us go to his company ourselves to find out exactly what happened and make sure Amy is all right." Maybe he kidnapped her. Marco at work is surprised by Amy coming and bringing him lunch. Kate, the secretary, sees Amy coming and is still as jealous as ever and glares at her. Anyway, Marco takes the food and finds she made his rice in the shape of a heart, and he starts eating, but is surprised by Amy's friends all walking into his office. And Young tells Marco they want to talk. He takes them to speak privately, and the group stays congratulating Amy, now that they see she married a rich and handsome man, except Maria, who is angry with Amy and tells her, "Are you crazy? I was worried about you, and you did not even send me a message to explain what happened." But then she calms down and congratulates Amy and hugs her. Marco and Young finish their conversation and understand each other somewhat. They then say goodbye to Amy and leave. When Marco returns to work, he is hungry and finds Amy has prepared for him all kinds of sweets, cakes, chocolates, marshmallows, cupcakes, and everything. He tells her, "What is this? You want to give me diabetes? Nothing but sweets?" She tells him, "No, this is what I prepared." A call then comes for Amy from her friend, who tells her, "Honestly, Young left from your husband Marco's company and went to the gym. He is going to destroy himself because of you. He has been in a state of depression since we left your husband's company." Marco has Cairo take her to where she wants to go. She goes and sees Young, and the moment he sees her, he immediately hugs her. At the same time, we see Marco sitting eating all the sweets Amy made out of hunger without caring about sugar or calories or anything. Cairo sits with him and tells him, "I heard there are two very important people named Loss and Gerson who have started cooperating with your enemy. Dude whose goal is to bring you down." But Marco responds as if he is not interested and is more concerned about where Amy is right now. He sends her a message and she tells him she is with her friend. Amy is comforting Young so he does not feel sad, but she needs to use the bathroom. And when she comes back, she finds Marco called her and she missed it. Young tells her, "Come on, let us go before he comes and sees us." As they are leaving and she is supporting him because he is drunk, they come across Marco right in front of them. He is upset and goes to take Amy from his hands, but Young also grabs Amy's other hand as if challenging Marco. It seems there's competition for our heroine. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to receive the latest videos.